Hello and welcome to this practice focusing on building, cultivating, and nurturing strength. Most people seem to think that yoga is all about being flexible, but flexibility without strength is like the yin without the yang. It's like the night without the day. It's like the sun without the moon. We need both of them to bring balance into our body and to be able to move through life with a feeling of grace and ease and wonderment. So let's begin by closing our eyes and tapping into our breath, which is the foundation of all of our strength. So the breath is a real powerhouse, but it can be soft and nurturing to be powerful. So bring your hands to the sides of your ribs. And as you inhale, you want to feel your ribs expand into your hands. And as you exhale, you want to feel the ribs move away from your hands. And bring your hands back to your legs, to your knees, wherever is comfortable. But feel that movement in your rib cage. And you really want to think of the breath as filling up the entire inside of your body, especially from your throat, through your chest, through your belly, and down into your pelvic floor. So there's a lot of movement created by the breath. And focusing on your breath and nurturing your breath is like watering your garden. Without water, the plants will die. Without breath, we will die. So even though it's something we can take for granted, and it happens whether we're thinking about it or not, when we think about it, when we think about how we breathe and the feeling of our breathing, the feeling of our breath moving in and out, that's when we really begin to understand our whole body, the body-mind connection, and how everything is connected to itself and to each other. So you can keep your eyes closed or open your eyes, but just rest your hands just above your knees on the inner thighs. And then press your thighs up into your hands, but push down with your hands. And notice the tension that this creates. And even though it seems like we're barely doing anything, can you feel how much effort it takes to lift your legs up into your hands and to press down with your hands? And try and keep your neck relaxed and your breath relaxed. As we hold here, and the sensation of using our muscles, engaging our muscles increases. One more breath here. Inhale, push up a little bit more. And exhale, release and let go. Let your hands slide to your knees and begin to cat-cow back and forth. So pull your back behind you. And as you inhale, press your heart forward, reach the shoulders back. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, arch the spine, come forward. And just do a few more breaths like that, back and forth. Nice, come back to center. Bring your legs up, bring your knees together. Pull your knees into your chest. Try and keep them nice and tight there, and then bring your legs so they're parallel to the floor. Use your hands to lift your chest a little bit further forward. And you can either stay here with your hands on your legs, or you can release your hands. And notice how much more strength that takes, how much more work that takes. You can stay here, or you can start to straighten your legs. Still hugging your legs toward your chest, hugging your chest toward your legs, extending out through your toes. Slowly start to lower down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest, and then press your hands into your knees, push your knees into your hands. Notice how it flattens your back and engages your whole core. So again, it may look like we're hardly doing anything, but this is a lot of work, a lot of strength building happening here. You want to still be able to breathe and feel the rib cage move. And then relax. Hold the back of your legs and rock back and forth. And we'll rock back up into Navasana, boat pose. You can keep holding the back of your legs, or you could extend your arms. And then bend your knees, bring your knees out to the side and reach forward in between your legs. You can do some cat-cows here, using your hands on your feet to help you move your spine fluidly. And then bring your feet a little wider than your hips. Press off your hands coming into a squat. And press your elbows into your legs and resist with your legs and lengthen through your spine. Maybe a little rocking motion back and forth. And keep the legs fairly active by hugging your knees in, pressing your elbows out. And release your hands, place your fingertips on the floor, lift your hips up, parallel your feet so they're about as wide as your hips. And lift up onto your toes, lifting the heel nice and high. And lower down to your heels, lift the front of your foot up, reaching your toes towards your shins. Spread the toes wide, and then lift your heels up again. And lower the heels down, lift the front of the foot up. Then roll to the outside edge of your right foot, inside edge of the left foot. Lift up the front of your foot, roll onto your heels, and then roll to the other sides. And just think that you're circling around your feet. And come back to center, press into your big toe mound. Keep that. Press into the pinky toe mound. Keep that. Press into the heel. Keep that. So you're working with the tripod of the foot. Press into the earth. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Inhale, rise all the way up. Interlace your fingers above your head. Root your tailbone toward the earth. Reach your palms up toward the sky. Really anchor into the tripod of your foot. And stretch out through the shoulders. And bend your right elbow, drawing your right elbow in by your side, pulling your left elbow to the back of your head. Keep your head upright, not leaning forward. And then push up through your hands again. Bend the left elbow, pulling it in by your side, which will pull your right elbow close to the back of your head, or just going in that direction. One more time each side. Press up. Pull the right elbow down, hug it in by your side. Keep the tailbone rooting down. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale. Pull the left elbow down and in as far as you can. Inhale, reach up. Then shift your rib cage to the left and press your arms out to the right. Inhale back through center. Press your ribs to the right and stretch over to the left. Nice. Inhale back to center. Release your arms. Let them float down. Interlace your fingers again. Rotate the palms down. We're going to do some wrist waves. So start lifting up through the right elbow and roll your wrists across over to the right. So you get this wave-like motion happening. Really nice, fun way to stretch out the wrists, stretch out the fingers. So the key is the wrist lifting up and then the wrist coming together, the opposite wrist lifting up and the elbow pulling out to the side. Now let's start from the opposite side. Finding that nice wave-like motion in your wrists and your arms. Then reach your palms up again, gazing up toward the sky. And expand outward as you lower down. And just roll out the shoulders. And come back into your Tadasana, rooting down through your feet, lifting up through your heart, opening across the shoulders. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up. And on your exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back into plank. Hug in toward the midline with your arms and your legs. Then inhale, reach your right leg up. Reach out through your toes, lift up through your belly. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Inhale, lower down. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. Exhale, lower down. Slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Come onto your forearms, press into your hands, tuck your toes, squeeze your legs towards each other, and lift your hips off the floor. You can always keep your knees down if this gets to be too much. But see if you can press into your hands, hug the arms and hug the legs in, and hold your forearm plank. Again, breath here is key. And slowly lower your hips back down again. Slide your hands back, press into your feet, rise up into your cobra. And lower your chest back down, tuck your toes, press up and back to downward facing dog. Stretch out through your hips from your fingertips up to your hip bones, from your hip bones down to your toes. Just moving gently here. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg up for down dog splits. Lift up through the inner thigh and reach out through your toes. And hug your knee into your chest. Keep your knee high and your foot high. Come forward, tap your arm. Inhale, reach back again. Exhale, hug the knee, and this time twist, bringing your right knee over toward the left. And stretch back again. One more time, hug in again. This time, step your foot forward. Rotate the back heel down and in for warrior one, rise up. Again, open up across your chest. Press down through your feet, reach up through your fingertips. Let your shoulders lift up as you reach up through your arms. And float your arms down by your side and release your fingers behind your back. Roll your shoulders open and reach back through your hands. And start to lean forward through your chest. Keep the shoulders reaching back, the arms reaching back. And start to slowly shift your weight forward until you can float your back foot off the floor, coming into warrior three. Keep your hands behind your back. Reach out through your toes. And then release your hands, bend your knee, pull your knee up. Open up into your tree pose. And step back into your crescent lunge with the back heel lifted. Reach forward and down, step back into down dog splits, right leg up in the air. And lower your right leg down. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, come forward and tap your left arm. Inhale, reach up and back again. Come up high into the right toes. Hug your knee into your chest again. And then this time twist and tap the right arm. Reach all the way back. Hug in again. Keep your knee high and step your foot forward. Rotate the back heel down and in. Rise up. Warrior one. Really ground into the earth and feel the strength of the earth rebounding up into your body. Open up across your chest. Press the back heel down. Square your hips as much as you can. And reach your arms behind you, this time interlacing the fingers so the odd pinky is to the outside. Squeeze your legs toward each other. Keep your back heel down as you reach forward. And then finally begin to float your back foot off the ground, stepping into your left foot. Reach your back leg up nice and strong. And release your hands, let your knee float up. Coming into tree pose. A few breaths here. And step back into crescent lunge. Reach forward and down. Float your left leg back up into down dog splits. And lower down back to downward facing dog. Step or hop your feet forward to your hands. Press into the earth. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Just pause for a moment. Feel your breath. Feel your connection to the earth, as well as your connection to the sky. So that contraction, that grounding, and that expansion and lifting. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back into plank. Bend your knees, stretch back to down dog. Inhale, reach your left leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips, open up. And from here, pivot on your right foot. We're going to come into wild thing. Open up here. Now, bring this left hand down to the floor. Pivot on your right foot. Extend your left leg out to the side. It can be in the air or on the ground. Then pivot back again, coming back into your wild thing. Press into your hand, but try and lift out of your shoulder, claw the mat with your hands, and then if you can, begin to pick your left knee up, drawing it up nice and high, and start to step it forward, coming back into crescent lunge. Maybe straighten the front leg, maybe straighten both legs or one at a time, coming into your pyramid pose. And just swing your hips out from side to side. Step back, down dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Then pivot on your left foot, bringing your right foot down, coming into wild thing, open up. Bring the right hand down, pivot on your left foot. Extend your right leg out to the side, either up in the air or down on the floor. Pick your leg up again, bring it across and back into your wild thing. Now from here, you got to push into your hand, engage your glutes, and see if you can pick that right knee up, squeeze it up toward the sky, and then start to reach your leg out to the side as you pivot on your back foot, coming forward into pyramid pose. You can wing your hips out to the side, back and forth. And press into your hands, float your right leg back up, down dog splits, and back to downward facing dog. Just move around in your down dog, kind of playing around. Inhale, come forward to plank. Now lift your left leg up. Firm your legs, firm the inner thigh, hug into the midline. Keep your belly lifting, tailbone reaching back. And start to just reach your right arm forward. Seeing if you can lift your right arm up. Nice, lower down. Press back to down dog. So a lot of that is about hugging in and your breath and your foundation. So come back forward to plank again. This time bring the right leg up. Hug the midline. Start to reach your left hand forward. Grip the mat with your right hand. Float your left arm up. Good, lower down. Press back to down dog. step or hop forward to your hands. Press into the earth. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Pause, feel your breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Push the floor away as you lower down. Point your toes for up dog or cobra, your choice. Engage your glutes, open up through the heart. And lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. So we'll play with Wild Thing again. So inhale, reach your left leg up. Bend your knee, open up across the hips. Maybe straighten your leg, bend the knee again, back and forth. And pivot on your right foot. Bringing your left leg behind you, open up Wild Thing. Bring your left hand down, pivot over to the right, extend your left leg. And then pivot back into Wild Thing. This time we're going to lift the right leg up as we lower the hips toward the floor. Lower down and reach back. Sink the hips, lift the leg up. Maybe you tap your leg with your hand and lift up. One more time. Tap your hand and come back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Bend your knees, stack the hips, open up here. And maybe straighten and bend, straighten and bend. And then slowly pivot on your left foot, coming into Wild Thing. Bring your right arm down, pivot on your left foot. Extend your right leg out to the side. Come back again into your Wild Thing. Then you sink the hips as you lift your left leg up. Maybe tap your finger to your toe, lower down and lift up. Again, sink the hips, lift up, lower down and open. One more time, sink the hips, lift up, and come back to your down dog. This time we're going to step forward into half moon. So inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, pull your knee into your chest, step your foot forward, open up, stack the hips, half moon. Engage your legs, open up across the shoulders. Get really light on your fingertips. And maybe you can try bringing your left hand down, reaching your right hand up. Finding a little balance here. And then lower the hands down and step back, down dog. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Hug your knee into your chest, step it all the way forward to your hand, open up, half moon. Really engage that top leg, engage your glutes, get your whole body involved here. See if you can find even weight in the tripod of your foot. Keep the top leg strong, and if you want, you can play with bringing your hands into prayer. Lower your hands down, step back, down dog. Walk your feet halfway forward and come back into your squat. Again, press your elbows out, hug your knees in, lengthen through your spine. And stay here with your breath, sinking into your breath, appreciating your breath, feeling all that inner movement that's happening inside your body and how everything is connected. And lower your hips down, draw your knees in, reach your legs back up for Navasana boat pose. And slowly hollow out your belly like you're trying to reach your low back into the floor. Extending the legs, extending the arms, and then slowly lowering all the way down. Bend your knees and hug your knees into your chest. Circle your ankles. And open the knees wide. Reach in between your knees with your hands and grab whatever you can grab, your foot or your ankle or your calf. Keep your low back flat to the floor. And press your feet up into your hands and pull your hands down. So we're doing that muscular activation that we worked on in the beginning in a different form. And keep that energy going so you're activating your legs, you're activating your shoulders, your arms, your hands. And we'll just stay here for a few more breaths. And relax. Bring your hands to the inside of your ankles, and if you can, grab your heels. If you can't, then you can grab your ankles, your calf. And again, press down through the hands, push up through your heels. Reach down through your shoulders, top of the shoulders. And feel the muscles that are working to do this. Keep pushing up and pressing down simultaneously. Keep your breath moving. And then relax and see if you can straighten your legs. And maybe let your legs open out to the side so your toes get a little closer to the floor. And again, push your heels into your hands, push your hands into your heels. And notice if that helps you go a little bit further into the stretch without overdoing it. So this is my max for now. Now, some people could have their toes on the floor, not me. And release and relax. Let your legs float up, let your arms float up for dead bug pose. And just rest here with your breath. Bring your knees together and your feet together. Open your arms out to the side. Bring your knees to about a 90-degree angle and twist over to your right. You can turn your head to the left. And you could always place a pillow in between your knees or on the, underneath your lower knee. And just relax here with your breath. And while you're here, you can do little exploratory movements. Like if you reached your left knee across a little bit more, it would take you deeper into the twist. And then you could push into your right arm and maybe twist your upper body a little bit more to the right. These are all just suggestions. There's a lot of things you can come up with on your own. Keep the breath moving. And pull your left hip back to the ground. Shift your hips a little bit to the right and twist your legs to the left until they lower all the way down, either on some kind of support or all the way to the floor. Turn your head away from your knees. And again, if you bring that top knee further across, it will deepen the stretch, deepen the twist, which isn't always what you need, but it's nice to know the possibilities that exist. And we'll stay here just a few more breaths. And pull your right hip back down, coming back onto your back. Wrap your arms around your legs, give yourself a big squeeze, circle your ankles. And we'll just stretch out for a very short savasana, and you're welcome to stay longer. But notice your back, your whole body really is ready to relax after all that effort. Let your whole body relax so that you feel like every cell in your being has been cleansed and engaged and worked and played with. And imagine and feel the movement between your throat and your pelvic floor, into the lungs, the rib cage, the bowl of the pelvis. And feel how everything is connected throughout your whole body, connected to your breath, and connected to a higher energy, whatever you want to call that. Begin to bring a little movement into your fingers and toes. You're welcome to stay here longer, or you can roll to your side and roll all the way up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I hope you feel a little bit stronger, maybe a little bit more engaged, maybe a little bit more aware of how everything is connected in our bodies and how important the breath is. I would love it if you would leave me a comment below, subscribe, hit the like bell, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.